But how can you love yourself if things aren't going well, or if you're living in poverty, or if someone close to you is sick or whatever? What is this business about loving ourselves?
In fact, loving ourselves means valuing ourselves and being our own best friend. And I think that if we don't love ourselves, we're less likely to attract money and attract good things into our lives. We tend to think that it's our negative thoughts that attract negative things, but it's actually the lack of value and love we have for ourselves. We tend to then push away or feel that we're not deserving or worthy of positive things, including money and health and so on. I realize that the more I love myself, in fact, I tell people, love yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. The more I love myself, the more I attract positive things, including health and good things in life.
You know, this everybody wants to know about the other side. Everybody wants to know, because it's an inevitability. And yet one of the things I talk a lot about is that who we are is deathless. It can't die. I guess you must have discovered that for yourself. I mean, was there like an awakening for you that there's no death?
There's no death. The real part of us, the essence, always lives. It always will. It always has. And it is something that is so much bigger than, and so much more powerful and so much greater than this physical self that we have. But actually, all this essence is looking for is experience and love. That's all. That's all it feeds on.
So what does God look like?
God is not a being, but a state of being. I'm looking at God right now.
Me too. Yeah. So you're basically saying that God is within us?
God is within every single one of us. And this is why I say, how can you not love yourself when you discover the God within? How can you not love yourself? Because to not love yourself means to deny the God that is expressing itself from you, from yourself.
One of the things that you talked about is while you were in that realm, well, how long were you in the coma?
Only 36 hours, but it
Only?
felt,
My goodness.
but it felt a lot longer than that, a lot longer.
Now, when I'm in my dream state, when every night when I just lay down there and I just leave my body over here and off I go, wandering and creating all of these things, that every time I want to create something, my mom passed away a few years ago, and if I want to see my mom in my dream state, I just have to put my attention on it, and there she is. Is there any similarity to that in what you were experiencing? I remember one of the things you said was your brother was where? He was in Hong Kong.
I was in Hong Kong. My brother was in India.
Right.
And I just put my attention on him, and it was like I was there with him. There's no time and space, or I should say time and space is different in that realm. It didn't matter where in time I wanted to go or where in space. Wherever I put my awareness, I would be there.
Do you think we have that power now?
I do, and I think that sometimes our physical bodies get in the way, but I think we are all connected. Just like I was connected with my father. When I was in that state, I could feel everything my husband Danny was feeling. I could feel the distress my brother was feeling and his desperation in wanting to fly to Hong Kong and be with me before I died. I could feel what my mother was feeling. It was like we're all connected, like we all share the same consciousness.
Why did you come back? And what dharma do you have? What sense of purpose? Especially now, and also for people watching, it's like there's so many things in your story that can benefit anybody out there watching, like how to get rid of these kinds of fears that we live with and so on. But why did you come back, Anita?
I came back just to express who I am. I realized that I still had work to do. My father encouraged me to go back because he said I still had things to do and I hadn't fulfilled my purpose yet. And also I understood that my husband's purpose was linked to mine. And if I didn't come back, he wouldn't be able to complete his purpose either.
Do you feel like you're fulfilling it now? Is like the kind of thing that you're doing, you're speaking all over the world, your book, Dying to Be Me, which has just become a classic, is just being made into a film, a full-length feature film. Trust in your own magnificence, isn't that what you kind of...
Yes, in fact, we need to know that we are actually more powerful and magnificent than we think we are, and that life is a gift. But I also want people to know that those who do cross over, it's a beautiful thing, and maybe the ones who didn't come back are actually the blessed ones. I came back because my work wasn't finished, but the ones who didn't come back are the ones who are blessed because I didn't want to come back at that time. And if people do pass away from cancer, they haven't lost the battle. Maybe they're the ones that have won. Every decision, every choice we make in life is driven by only one of two forces, either fear or love. Everything we do, we either do because we're scared of the consequences if we don't do it, or we do it because we want to do it out of joy, out of love for ourselves, love for other people, love for our life.
Right. And so if it's fear, it can't be love.
Yes.
And when it's love,
it can't be fear.
It can't be fear.
Yeah.
And you're now living fearlessly and teaching other people to do the same.